Has anybody changed their life? Has anybody found themselves, I know I'm not alone in that feeling of what I said at the beginning of the show, this isn't what I planned. This isn't how I saw my life 5 years ago. Has anybody really changed? Is anybody doing things that has pushed them into an uncomfortable place and pushed them into doing something that you thought, no way I would do that? Anybody? Come on. Barbara?
Well, I have to say I never thought, never involved with politics, nothing. I was very happy being a CPA, a college professor, a mom, and so forth. Well, when this all started and I started researching what is going on in our country and why doesn't it make sense to me, and then when they started talking about health care, and I was sitting at my parents' kitchen table, my mom said to me, I'm glad I had my heart surgery already because I don't think I'd get it now. And I said to her, Mom, I said, we would take care of you no matter what. As those words came out of my mouth, I knew that may not be true. That may not be true. And then I started to realize that our seniors have this target on them, especially our older seniors, this target on their assets, on their retirement savings, on their health care, on their security. And I said, I have to do something.
Now you're just standing in your kitchen.
I have to do something. Yes, this process went on in my mind after that conversation with my mother. And I said, I have to do something. Never thought I would. I started a group in Florida with the help of some other people, 912 Super Seniors. It's to give seniors 65 and older a forum and a voice. Today they had their 6-month meeting down in Florida because other people are leading it when I'm not there. Never thought I'd do that.
That's amazing. So what is the goal?
The goal is to come together in groups. Hopefully this will spread, and other 912 groups. South Florida 912 helped us get started. Hopefully other groups will enable these senior groups to form. And the purpose of the groups is to educate ourselves and each other, to empower seniors to know that we have life experiences and we have good judgment and we have values.
May I add something to your plate?
Yes.
This is something that I have been, I was out west and I was talking to a friend of mine who's trying to figure out how to restart America. And I sat there one night, it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, it had been bothering me, and I woke up in the middle of the night and I started writing. And I said, and he's in this particular situation, I thought, okay, what are his assets? What are the assets that he has available? Let's forget about the problems. Let's look at the assets. And that led me to a series of ideas to help him. The same thing happened to me here recently. What are the assets that we have as Americans? What are they? And seniors were the first on my list. And I want to talk to you about that here next. Later this week, I'm going to a place slightly more hostile than New York City. Hollywood, California, which I'm planning on spending zero time in if I can help it, and just hang out at that very comfortable place, Los Angeles, California, later this week in California. We're in New York, and we're talking, I was just speaking to Barbara, where are you from, Barbara? Florida, right?
I winter in Florida. I live in Dix Hills on Long Island.
Wow. All right, so Barbara said to me earlier that she started a group of seniors or retirees, and I started telling the story that just recently I was trying to think of our country and say, okay, what are our resources? What are the resources that we have? And the first thing that came to mind is the enormous mental and physical capacity that is sitting idle right now on a golf course. And we must ask, let me just do it. I'm asking the seniors, I'm asking you if you're retired, What the hell are you doing on a golf course? What are you doing? I know you've worked your whole life for it and you deserve the time off. I get it. But the country's on fire and you're the one that can help. You built the country. You served in wars. You built companies. You taught school. You raised a family. You raised grandchildren. I mean, what haven't you done? We're going to go to somebody who's 15 years old and figure this out? You think of the collective years of knowledge that is sitting idle right now, waiting to what? Get another tea time? To walk around in big goofy shorts? I want to ask you this question. There are a lot of parents that are having to work 2 jobs. And there are a lot of parents, I talk to them all the time, they're like, I'd like to homeschool my kids, but I don't have the time. I don't have the time. I can't. We can't. I understand that. And it's really huge. But let me tell you something. My grandparents, Ed and Clara Jansen, my grandfather had a 4th grade education. My grandmother, she made it all the way, but Grandpa had to go to work. And some of my best memories as a kid are spending the days at their farm. There is nothing better than spending time with your grandparents. Will you consider homeschooling your grandchildren? Picking it up as a project. It will give you purpose and new life. And I promise you that if you teach the things, who thinks here we have a problem with education in this country? Okay, who thinks it's getting better? Yeah. The answer to our problems is knowing correct history, is knowing what's true. And they're not teaching that. They're not teaching critical thinking. They're teaching obedience. They're not teaching what the skills that your grandkids are going to need to be able to rebuild this country are lost. Once we lose your knowledge, it's gone. So please, I'm asking you, what's your website, Barbara?
It's 912superseniors.org.
Just crash that website. Reach out to Barbara, reach out to each other, just reach out to your family. I know it is a huge thing, but I'm telling you, it will be the best decision of your life. The best decision. I get calls all the time from people on radio saying, Glenn, I don't know what to do. My kids are going to school and they're learning this insane stuff. And there's the test scores. All they do is prepare for tests over and over and over again. It's not about dates. It's not about tests. It's about knowledge and how to find the answers. It's really not even about the answers all the time. It's how to find them and think out of the box. Back in a second.